All right, welcome back to Scott Traders Hub. Good morning, everyone. I believe you guys are having a great time. I see Julius, you're already around. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Say hi to the rest of the guys if you don't mind. And of course, we had a great week. We made some money, and then yes, some downfalls, some hiccups, a little bit there and there, but I believe those who made some losses, we were able to recover because yeah, we always recover our losses. All right, so it is a Friday. We're going to wrap the week and see if we have some good opportunities, some good entries that we can make money on today. And of course, as we gear up for Christmas, I believe we will stop trading like 1 or 2 days before Christmas. We'll see about that, but we're good. We'll be trading together, of course, still. So without any further ado, let's pray, get started with the analysis. Father, we say thank you for this morning. Thank you for your goodness. Thank you for your loving kindness that you've brought us back here yet for another episode 261. Thank you that we are about to get into the charts. Thank you for the knowledge that you've already dispensed unto us. Thank you for the wisdom that we already acquire in the charts, Lord. Thank you for the perfect entry and the exit levels that you're releasing unto us as we speak, Lord. We say thank you for the profits we're about to make. Thank you for the quickness, even in the spirit, even in these charts, Lord, that you're giving unto us for the glory of your name. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. Thank you for today's profits. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, crash 500 is where we start as usual. All right, so crash 500, let's get into it. So yesterday, what happened? We actually bought. We first made a loss here because at first, let me show you this. This is how markets play games. So it played games right here. This was first here. That is where we were. So we had already made an entry, I think here. Let me see. Yeah, we had made an entry here when it broke out. So it came and took us out. It took me out there, and then later went back ahead. So it gave us that as a point. But when it broke out and it broke this level, that was our point of entry. So we made the entry to recover that loss. So those who are on VIP, I believe you guys were able to recover that loss. So I had about 3 entries. I made that money there, closed this one here. When it came actually to hit my stop loss in profits. Then this one I left it running overnight, but already in profits, so I was not worried about that. So right about now, it gave us a breakout there, so we need to discuss that. So let's remove history here. Those who made the money there, congrats to you guys onto your profits. Now we don't need all this now. We can delete all this right here and look at a clean chart and use that. So delete all that, delete even that, and come to H4. So what do we have now? Actually daily. So do we have a break of structure yet? I doubt we do. We don't have. Do we? No, we don't. Yes, we know we are going there, so let me first delete that. So go back to daily. We don't have a break of structure. That's why price reacted back. This is not a break of structure, it's equal highs. And guys, normally you know what that means, a pullback when it gives you an equal high. But remember, this is considered to be a breakout on this resistance trend line, which we know it should be taking us all the way up there. So what is happening right now? So we have our first TP here, but of course we have the all-time TP right about there. That's what we need in general. So having seen all this, delete that, delete this will leave it. So go back to H4. So I clearly see that yes, of course we are overbought, but we are still very bullish according to the structure that we have here. Remember, I told you we still need buys to come up all the way there, So first delete that, no need for it now, we'll see it later. So price is failing, it's still failing. It came all the way back here to gain some liquidity, to be able to have enough momentum to push and break out that resistance level. So are we going to see that resistance level broken today? I believe we may, since we have a breakout here on this resistance. Let's go to H4 now. So we clearly see the price came back according to H1 and the M15. It came back after giving us a break of structure on H1. That is a break of structure internally on the higher time frame. So that is a break of structure. Now it has pulled back to this OB where the buy momentum started from, right there. So what we clearly see is price has gone back into the buys. Now according to H1, we clearly see that it is sort of selling according to H1, but this is a break of structure. That means we have a higher high, a higher low, so it's trying to look for a new higher high up there according to H1, right? We already seen that this is no break of structure on a daily time frame, but this is a break of structure on H4. So same thing, H4 and H1, they are showing us a break of structure, meaning price is going to look for a new higher high up there. So we now know that we need buys because that is the actual trend according to higher time frame. If I come to M15, clearly that is where my other entry should have been when price came to test this H1 OB. Now M15 is not ready to get into buys, so we have to be patient with it. It's gonna first play games around until it is ready to buy, until it is ready to give us entry for buys. So what do I see? I see a change of character, and I see, looking at CCI, we were selling since there. That is what we see there, and then we pulled back to react to get a retracement. This was a retracement level right there, and that's what we are seeing also right there. So we know the price now is gonna try to do this, to try to take out this level or even try to take this, but this is a change of character, so we are likely not to go below this level. We are likely not to go below this OB because this is a change of character on M15 on this level, which can be now considered as a support level according to H1 right there. So going back to M15, I don't need this. I can now delete all this, and now we know price is likely to do this and then later push us into buys again all the way back there to look for a new high. Now if we enter buys here, if it does give us this kind of an opportunity, we will enter buys, but we will not exceed that OB on H4. Actually it is a sort of H1, so we will not exceed that level of H1 to take our profits. We will take our profits from there and then wait for price to break out, and once it gives us a breakout, then we will know that now it's time to get in with more buy entries. All right, so I think that's now clear enough. I think that's now clear enough for us to make this money and be patient. We're going to be patient right here because it's gonna sell. Can we enter a sell? Not really, we cannot. M5 is not ready for the sell, so we can wait. We can wait if we want to scalp this this kind of sell all the way down below here. But I rather wait for the buys than looking for some cheap entry for the sell here. Good morning, Patrick, welcome. That is it on crash 500. Let's now rush to boom 1000. Is my sound clear? I hope it is. I had to reset it after before I could continue. So now this was a manipulation yesterday. Hopefully my VIP guys were able to make some money, but this was a manipulation that I saw later. Now this is what happened. We were here, we needed this. We had already seen that this is a change of character. Remember that we had already seen that this was a change of character yesterday in the analysis. All we wanted was a pullback so that we can enter buys. I was patiently waiting for these buys. I did not get any entry, so I could not enter at all. It actually gave us that and then immediately went all the way up there. Now that gives us a lesson to learn that sometimes mostly with the booms you may never see a pullback that you want, or on M15 after the change of character for you to enter. So whenever it breaks here, you can always make that first entry when you're on the chart, but don't make any entries when it has already gone like there, when it has already reached all the way there. By the time I saw it, it had already gone there, so I could not have made the first entry. At least most of the times when it breaks out, I make my first entry. When it pulls back, I make my second entry. That's how I normally do my entries, but this time I was late to make the first entry and I could not make any other entry because it did not even pull back to give me a kind of entry that I normally love. So we couldn't do that move, but we knew it was coming. It happened. We had already anticipated it right there before it happened. Yeah, so it happened. So went there, then decided to consolidate. Now that's what I want to talk about. Let me delete that. So we reached here. Let's delete that, we don't need it. So we reached there, then it started to consolidate. Now it's weird in a way that it consolidated and we had I was waiting for this. It consolidated here. Now this clearly is a flag, which means we will continue with buys, but then it gave us a change of character right there, and then it gave us equal highs right there. That's what I'm talking about, that this was a manipulation kind of move. They were trying to trick us to take our money right there. Those are equal highs right on the same level, 3 equal highs, and then gave us a change of character, and then we made our entry. When price actually went below this line, I was waiting for price to go below this line, we made our sell entries. These were the entries right there. Where? No. Oh, this was the first one. Yes, this was the first one before it broke out. This was the first one. I was remembering this. Did I enter it on the other account? I don't remember. I think this is on another account. This is what I'm explaining here, because I waited for this, then we made the entry. But look what happened. I think this was the other account. It happened like that, then dropped, then went, grabbed the stop losses, then went down again to the initial move that we wanted. So that's how these guys can easily manipulate they can easily manipulate prices, because remember, these are generated by the algorithm. An algorithm is the one responsible for these moves, so they can easily manipulate them. So most of the times, when they see that you're putting your stop loss above there, this is exactly a liquidity or a stop hunt. Clearly, that is a stop hunt. Just on the equal highs, above the equal highs, grab that liquidity, the stop losses, and then started to sell. That is a manipulation to take you out and then continue in the right direction, because we already wanted these sells, and this was an exact example, a confirmation for the sales to begin. But look at that, liquidity grab or stop hunt, then pushed for that. And this was today morning, so now we can trade now. Enough of that. That has already gone, so we cannot stick to the past. We can try to recover that. So what are we having now? All right, so we see that. Okay, go to H4. We see rejection there. We see price below our 10 MA on H4. All right, zoom out a bit. Yes, good. Go to daily time frame. What are we seeing? We're seeing that today has started as a strong sell move. Perfect. That's what we needed. So now delete that. We need this, so we delete that now. Go to H4. It's not yet below our 10 MA, but we can use what we are seeing already on H4. Now when we go to H4, this is gonna be our change of character level when price breaks it. So apparently we haven't still, the trend hasn't changed according to higher time frame. We are still very bullish. We are still bullish according to H4 and daily time frame. According to daily time frame on H4, we are still bullish. Remember that. We are still bullish until price breaks this level. Then we will consider sells. We will consider some good sales all the way to take us down below there. But until then, this is still very bullish on H4 because we have no reversal signal. This is a higher high, this is our current higher high, this is our current higher low, and that was a move to get us a new high, but it has failed. So now we are just trying to anticipate price to come here and give us a change of character, which will be our reversal signal, and then we can consider selling heavily. But as of now, we can go to lower time frame, try to work things out here and see if we can make some money on the lower time frame. We have some kind of a support there on M15. We have a point of interest right there, so I can easily wait for price to break these two so that I can enter my sells. So before it does anything, before I do anything right here, I need to see these two broken so that I can make my clean entry for the sell. Clean entry for the sell. If I go to M15, I'm already selling, price is below my 10 MA, but looking at what I have there, if I zoom out, it might as well first go again up according to what I'm seeing. So that's why I need these two levels to be broken first before I can make any decisions to sell. All right, so that's it. That's it on Boom 1000. We will wait, and this time we will make the money. This time we will make the money. The next entry we make, it's gonna be money making. Boom 500. Boom 500. We started from let's start from okay, let's first go to yesterday. We see what we wanted according to H1. So we needed a pullback from here or there. Yeah, we had those 2 points of interest to give us a pullback move so we can sell later perfectly, but it did not happen. It actually went all the way to this breaker block. That's why I marked them. That's why I wanted the buys to start from. So this move and this move, they are no longer necessary because they never happened. So now we are seeing that move. All right, so this is not necessary. This was never respected. That was the breaker broke. Now we have this level that is being respected. According to H4, we are still in a buy trend. Why? Clearly, if you go to H4, this, we don't have a higher low. This is a higher high, so this is a current higher low. We can't consider this as a higher low right here. We have a higher high, then a higher low right here on this order block. So it means if we are on the daily, this becomes this makes sense a lot, because this is where we have the break of structure, meaning according to daily, it came back to the breaker blocks. This is the breaker block right here on the daily time frame. That is the last order block. When it made the high there, then it looked for a higher low, then it tried to look for a high, failed, went for a low, then it broke that level. So this becomes our breaker block, and then price gave us a higher high. Now it has reacted back to give us a higher low on the daily time frame. So this is why this very level is very crucial. So all we need now are buys. All we need now are buys, and price has reacted all the way back to the retracement level on CCI and RSI. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to M15 and look for an entry. We are going to be looking for an entry. I don't see an entry here yet. It may not give it to us though, as just saying, oh, it may actually. Yeah, let's be patient. It may. It's likely to give us an entry. It's gonna give us an entry. It may actually give us a sell first, then a buy. I mean a buy first, then a sell later. It may first give us something like that, then a sell down below all the way to this OB or somewhere around there. Then we can later come in with the buys, just like we need. Just like we need from there. So now remember, we have all these are points of interest. This is a point of interest right here, so it can as well give us an entry from here. You need to know that. So in fact, if I'm using my fib, I can understand where price can easily come back to, and 61.8 is there just below, just above this OB, which is a point of interest. So this is likely to be the level where we might see entries for the buys to take us all the way up there. So for now, wait and see what will come through. But if it happens and it breaks right here, then you know it will continue like that. Then you know it will continue like that. If it breaks perfectly, then you know it will continue like that. We have a confluence area right around there. I don't think it will be of any effect, but we'll see. That is a confluence area. If you go to MH1, you'll see that price played games around there or reacted around that level. So that will be a confluence area. Another one there. So we have levels, other levels to keep on waiting for entries. But as of now, I don't think I'm going to use this for now. We are going to use this where we are currently and see if price will give us that kind of a down move there. That's what I was talking about. Price first going up and then giving us the sell move. All right, so that's it on a boom 500. I'm just gonna delete this. It normally makes my work dirty, so I'm just gonna delete it. This is simple. I love it this way. V25S. Right, Vol 25 1S. It's a mess, but we knew we wanted buys to continue right there. This was yesterday's analysis. After he gave us a fake breakout there, then came tested, and then buys came through. Although I was thinking of it coming all the way back, it did not give that to us. This was later. This was a later analysis I made. But the initial analysis was this kind of move, and then to break out and give us an entry, and it did not actually go as we had planned, so I actually moved out of it. So our entry would have been right here. Our entry would have been right there when it broke that level. I would not have entered. I think I messed up. I should have entered here. If I was in the market, I should have entered right there. That is where the actual entry was when it broke this level right here. This would have been the entry, which is today morning. Wow, it's today morning. Either way, I would not have entered yesterday, so it is today morning. So yeah, it is you know, it's not quite it. So either way, we did it, all this. So that's a gone trade. As long as we learn from it, it's all good. Let's delete all this now, and we try to focus. I don't know what I've just done there. It's not undoing what I wanted, so let me delete all this now. Alright, so let's go to daily time frame. That was we got that level there. That was a breakout now, and the retest candle there. Wow, that was yesterday. The retest candle, we have a breakout on the retest candle. So what is happening here? Weekly, let's go to weekly. We have a breakout again. So we have, this was a break of structure. Now we have another break of structure to give us a new higher high according to weekly. Okay, perfect. So we know that we are still very bullish. That TP was hit. Those who remember, we had marked it for the TP. It was perfectly hit, and now we are seeing some rejection coming in from sellers according to H4. According to daily time frame, yeah, that one has been there. In fact, after giving us a pullback, after this breakout, after giving us a pullback, we are not seeing a break of structure. According to the daily time frame, we have that kind of week, and we clearly see that this is no break of structure. Even on H4, that is never a break of structure. It is just a wick that went above our previous higher high. This is our current higher high, sorry, and this is our higher low right here. This is our higher low. Price went there to look for a new higher high, but it failed because that is not, the body is not what broke there. But the day has not yet ended, but we clearly see that the current H4 is weird. Oh yeah, it has just started. It's a new H4 because it is 11 already, so it has started as a sort of a sell candle. But this is still early to dictate what it will be. But as for me, looking at what that week did there, I can go all the way to H1 and see what I have here. So I have that. All right. Okay, so I can go to M15. All right, so I know what is likely to happen. Price will likely go back up here and then this is likely to be a week. It's likely to be a week. Immediately push back again. Immediately push back again like that. So for now, no business. The V25s, no, I cannot do anything with it. This is a break of structure, so if I'm to know where price is gonna come to, I will see that, I will know that it's likely coming right here on M15, and then it will go all the way up there for such a pullback, and probably it will not give us a new high, and then it will drop to give us before this current H4 closes, to give us a week, and then drop down into sells. So let's wait and see. Hopefully it will work out the way we want it, but as of now I don't have to trade it. I can go to V25, V75s. Vol 75, sorry, not S, it's Volatility 75. All right, so look at that. Came for that on H4, I mean H1. So can we enter now? Can we enter now? Price is below our 10 MA. I think we should. I think we should. Yesterday's moves were very weird. Did we make any entries on? No. What we wanted never happened, because it gave us a change of character here, then pulled back all the way to give us a break of structure. It was strange, so I could not enter market like this. Yeah, so I could not do that. So all right, so consolidation has been taking place here. Remember, according to higher time frame, we need the buys to go like that. You can see the previous day, the rejection that came in from buyers right there. Now according to H4, you can see this rejection coming in here, that those were yesterday, and current H4, I mean the previous two H4 candles, you can still see rejection coming in from buyers. So in as much as we are seeing a perfect entry for the downtrend on H1 right there as a sell move, I don't think it's worth it to risk it. According to what we see on the daily time frame, buyers have to continue. Simple as that. So we may decide to make a buy entry, which will be a wrong decision if we do. I want to confirm this on M15. So I don't want to get any problems. In fact, let me do this. It's not like that, it's like this. So it's like that. So sort of a pennant. So if it gives you a sell, it's gonna be a short sell. It's gonna be a short sell. If it gives you a sell, it's gonna be a short sell, and then it will go back into buys. Look at that rejection right there. Look at that rejection right there. That is a support level on M15. So this is what I'm anticipating for anyone who wants to play games with V75. I don't think I'm going to be capable of playing games with it, because it's tricky and messy right now. It's not stable. You may enter now, it may even take a whole day before it reaches even this TP, just because the general trend on the daily is a buy trend. So yeah, but this is what is gonna likely to happen today. All right, so that's it. Jump 50. Let's rush into this. All right, jump 50. All right, we don't have a break of structure now, so that means our buy move is coming around. Okay, that's good. That's good. We need this move right there. That's what we wanted yesterday, to test that level. So I think we are in business. I think we may be in business now. The whole of today may be a buy day. There may be a buy day. Let's go to a daily time frame. All right, so we can clearly see why it reacted to this level. You clearly see that. That is the reason why there to support. It was a previous confluence area, beginning like an older block right there. Now price has reacted to it, so we can delete that. Go back to H4. Previous candle closed with a rejection coming in from buyers. Looking at M15, do I have an entry? Not really, not yet. In fact, I've just seen a change of character, so yeah, though it is quite tricky. We call that a break of stone, that is not, so we can call this our change of character right there. That is our change of character. So it means anytime from now we will be getting entries to make buy moves. So we wait a little bit. J50 is heavy, not as heavy as J25, but it is also heavy. So when you're trading it, what I normally love to do is to wait for a sniper entry, or at least get a better entry than rushing into it and getting bigger stop losses. It drags you and makes you panic. Yeah, but I think it's gonna pull back here. Let's look at a confluence area nearby. This is a confluence area, so it's likely to go there and then do the needful of coming back here and probably grab liquidity on any of these levels. It's exactly to first go like that. So for now, I'm not worried. If it does that, then I will come back. But if it does react immediately, then still I will be looking for the buys still. Either way, what we are looking for are buys. So if this candle goes all the way down here and gives us a pullback that we need, then we are in business. Though I don't know if we'll be in business to be able to break this immediately. I feel like it has to first test it, then come down, and then get enough momentum to break it. So that's why I may not enter. If it does now come back here, I may not enter it. I may actually wait for when it breaks that level right there. Safety is key than blowing the account and trying to get trades. You rather play it safe and don't rush into it. All right, so that's it for now. No business here. J25, it played games but then later gave us money. Our entry was a bit weird. I had my entry was not that perfect, but I did not put stop losses. Those were my entries when in fact it had gone below my 10 MA when I made the decision to enter here for the sales. So it continued and then reacted all the way there, failed to break it. That's when it came strongly to our direction of the sell move that we wanted, and I had given this signal to the VIP. They might have put this, I believe they made a loss. Of course, also my one entry on the other account was a loss because I had a tight stop loss, but then this one I had not put stop losses. It came and hit my TP, giving us a break of structure even on M15. Weird. That is how weird it was. And then yeah, what I wanted was price to react here and then come back again for the sales, but it did not respect that fair value gap. So all this now is no longer necessary. All right, so we delete all that, remove history. Let's look at H4. We needed this, it did not do it, and rather now we have a double bottom. We have a double bottom on the daily time frame. We have a double bottom on the daily time frame. Let's go to daily. Yeah, equal lows almost actually. And now price is above our 10 MA on the daily. That means we are still very bullish on the daily time frame. Still very bullish. So price has gone above our 10 MA on daily. It's above our 10 MA on H4, and it has sort of given us no, yeah, not yet. A change of character will be there still. So according to H1, yeah, buying. This was this is so weird still to make any decisions where how it is the way it is. It's you're doing a W. So if we know that we are doing a W according to daily time frame and H4, that means this is the left arm, that is the right arm. That is what it is doing, and this is your V. This is your inverted V for the W right there. So that is what is happening. So having known this, we just need a perfect entry to swing it. This could be a swing trade for us, but I want to remind you that we have a support there and a resistance level. This is a support, same as resistance right here. So it's gonna be tricky. That's where we may see our another move of a sell right there, because it is a support, I mean a resistance right now. It was a support here, it became a resistance when price broke it. Now it is a resistance right there. So according to H4, seems that we are not ready for the buys to break it. So what are we going to do now? Let's have that all be there on H4. It is our support, so it's gonna be like a consolidation on H4 from this OB to that resistance level, and then back to the support, This time it may not even reach the support. It may actually come around in the middle there and then get us enough momentum to break this level to continue with the buys according to daily. So H4, we are looking for sales as well as a lower time frame like M15. So let's go to M15 and see. It's almost getting ready to sell M15, so we will sell once M15 is ready to sell. If we get any change of character on M15, then we are ready, but it is likely to first reach here, so we may as well wait for this H4 candle to close or M15 to give us a reversal signal, because momentum has reduced. As you can see on those candlesticks, it has reduced, but it's still having higher highs and higher lows on M15. So for now, no business. All I need All I need is a reversal on M15, and I'm not seeing that soon until it reaches that OB on H4. I mean, that's a resistance level, so no business here. I think that's it on V70 on jump 25. On jump 25, I think that's it. We'll be waiting for this move, but only and only if we get an entry on M15, and that is if again it fails to break this level. And I have the bigger percentage is that it's not going to break it. It's gonna first go down, then give us this later according to daily. So bigger chances on H4 that just like we've seen, it's not gonna break it now. It's gonna come down again and then give us an entry later, probably tomorrow or Sunday or whatever, for the buys to break this resistance and then go all the way up there. J10. All right, so J10, J10 okay, just seen I messed up. So I saw this yesterday. Let's start with yesterday. So yesterday we needed this just in case if it had if it had no momentum to break through. You can see it first played games there before it broke out and continued with a buy, because that was our support area right there. We needed sales from there. Yeah, so it did not happen. We needed to sell here. After this change of character reacting there, we wanted a sell. In fact, we made a loss here, if I remember. Yeah, we made a loss. We made a loss here because we were on M15. Let me show it to you just in the middle. This was a change of character on M15. Price reacted all the way back to that last order block, and then we made our entries right there for this kind of move. It took us out when it went up there, and then because this was a break of structure, it continued with buys. So this was like a manipulation move, because not a manipulation actually, because this became a break of structure according to M15, and the higher time from that became a break of structure and retested it and continued with the buys. So it was one of those that didn't work out according to what we had already analyzed, because this was a clear change of character on M15, gave us the sell, then pull back to the order block. This was our perfect entry for the sell, having given us even that hammer right there. That was a hammer right here. That was a hammer there. Price went below our 10 MA and everything was perfect, only to later see those other two candles coming in, and then everything started to break out into losses right there. So this was a loss that we made also. So yesterday we made two big losses, not big losses, or boom 1000 wasn't a big loss. But this was depending on the lot size, this is not a big asset. So depending on the lot size we used, you should have seen whether it's a big loss or not. But we saw that was a loss to us. So today we need to recover this. We recovered the crash one, and boom 1000 we did not recover it if we did not enter. So we have to recover. We have so much to recover. All right, so let's see. So currently it gave us a breakout right there. Let me now zoom out a bit to show you our that structure, how it was. First delete this line there so we don't need confusion. Now I later draw two lines. Let me give you the actual thing. So I later draw another line here. Now after seeing this move here that pushed us there, and then after seeing on H4, this would have been the level, the low that gave us that high, not this low gave us this and then pulled back like that. So I later used that line, and if I use this meant that price was looking for this buy here, and that's why our TP is likely to be there for the buys, our level there. Then we can get in with the sells later from there. But this other line right here, maybe I change them. I make this a dotted one. Yeah, at least that can make sense. Then this other one, this one is exactly meant that when price reaches there, we will immediately sell. When price reaches the other trend line, we will be looking for sales, and clearly it seems that that's what we are seeing right now as we speak. Why? Because price is failing to break that level perfectly with the body, and clearly we see sellers were trying to push according to yesterday, how yesterday closed with a rejection from sellers, and clearly you can see those H4 candles. So today we were in a buy move to go up, and probably it will fail to give us a new high. Yeah, it's likely to fail to give us a new high, and then it will push for the downtrend. So this move to go all the way up there is likely not to happen according to what we are seeing currently. The move that is this and that is likely to be coming from this level right here, that level right there. That is what I'm anticipating from here. So as I speak now, if I go to H1, yeah, this is gonna close, let's see, just a minute. Okay, I think I may have an entry here. For the buys. Why am I saying that? If I go to M15, this is a change of character right here, right there. That is a change of character. We have like a double bottom, those who can see that down below here, and then this is a change of character right here, and price has just tried to react back to it. So that's what we are seeing currently. So what we need is a move that is gonna try to go all the way there, right there. That is the move I'm anticipating. So right here I can easily go to, and clearly you can see on M5 we are already oversold, if I go to M5 is already looking for buys, so I believe this should be our entry. In fact, I'm going to make my entries right now, and I'll put my stop loss just below here. This will be my stop loss. I'll be looking for this target. Okay, this will be the ideal one. which is almost like a 1-to-1. This is too risky, this is too big. But if I put a stop loss closer, okay, let's try to look for a 1-to-2. This is too risky. 1-to-1 is nothing. It's like scalping. It's like scalping right there. So let's see if we can get another. Take out those highs. Probably it may. It actually can't take out those highs. Try to look for those highs. So yeah, for me to use this stop loss, I need to look for something like that. I need to look for something like that. All right, so this is quite risky. Please don't, if your account can't afford this kind of a loss right down below here, that bigs, don't enter. Wait for M5 to be above your 10 MA, then you can enter. Wait for M5 to be above your 10 MA for the entry, for the perfect entry. You can as well wait for M15 actually to be above, but for now don't make the entry. It's too risky. It's too risky. It's very risky. So but anyways, let's wait for it to see what will happen, and we try to work with it. So that is on J10. We want that, then we can come in with a sell. That is the actual analysis. We come in with a sell. This one I'm going to first delete it for now. These we've already used it, so we can delete it. That TP was hit. This TP was hit already. This TP right here was hit perfectly right there. So all this now is not necessary anymore. Even this, delete all that. And now let's wait to see what is coming through. Let's wait to see what is coming through right now. All right, so J10 will be anticipating buys later according to M15. According to M15, but the H4 has just started, so I don't know. We wait for a proper entry for the buys to push us all the way there. When it goes above our 10 MA on M15 or M5, I think that will be an entry for us. That will be an entry for us to make that decision. All right, that's it. Let's now rush to gold and we call it a day. Gold was a crazy one. It had a lot of news yesterday, even when I was in class. A good thing I was teaching on fundamental analysis yesterday, so I was happy to clearly explain it to my students in class. All right, so this is what happened. Gold, let me first mark it. So what happened? This is where we were yesterday. H4, that is it, what we had yesterday, what happened actually yesterday. So in fact, let me first do this. I got those who love Forex, I got something that helps you to understand the sessions. Please subscribe, like, share, and do. So now this is gold. What I've just added there is the session. This is an indicator that shows you where the sessions are, where the London session starts, the New York session begins. Now what I've been explaining recently about the consolidation, the accumulation, mitigation and distribution, yesterday was one of the examples that happened. Now clearly look at this. I want you to see where the accumulation began from. This one right here, right there, this box right there, this was yesterday. This was Asian session, and this was the New York. From here to there, from here to there, that was the New York session. So we have the New York session, the Asian session, and then the London session. This is where it began from. Remember I told you they normally overlap each other. This was the London session all the way to up there. That was the London session. So this was accumulation in the Asian session. Then price tried to go down into the London session, which is a sort of like mitigation kind of move. As you can see, came down a bit here. Then in the New York, look at where the New York started yesterday. This was the New York right here. From there, that is the New York. New York later distributed. Look at that, distributed. It had a lot of news. We had the CPI, we had the unemployment something. So there are several statements that were released yesterday that were in fact that affected the news. They were negative. That's why the gold had to rise in price. But then because of the price action and because of the actual trend of the market, we again saw it drop down immediately, like a few hours later. Why? Because that's how the market is. Market will always follow the trend of the market, even though news coming and they are contrary to what you're seeing in the market. They will just be for a moment, and that's what we saw. It was just for a moment there and then dropped back according to the trend, because we already knew we wanted sales, and that's what happened. So now I can easily delete all these. These were just to show you the London session, the sessions, how they come in and blah blah blah. All right, so for now we are in the Asian session has closed. The London session, okay, the Asian session is still going on. They haven't slept yet, so it's gonna close in the next hour, in the next few minutes. It's gonna close, I think, at midday. It's gonna close at midday, and then the London session has already started at 11. The London session starts at 11. That's why you see it is here, that it has started around there. So that's what we are in. It is somehow consolidating. The London, this was consolidating the Asian. So the London may actually give us this kind of move, this move right there, and then drop down in the New York. But I want to first correspond that to price action. Let's go back to price action. So when we start from a daily time frame, clearly you can see that we had that change of character. Those who remember our analysis over days, so that was our change of character there, and this is where we anticipate price to grab liquidity from. But looking at how yesterday closed, you never know, we may actually continue selling from here. That is a doji candle from sales, for a bearish doji candle as shown there. Sometimes this doji candle means continuation of buys, actually the continuation of the previous trend, because of these green candles that you're seeing. That is the bullish trend. it can easily mean continuation of the bullish trend. What changes the difference is what comes next. The candle that will be created here is what makes the difference. If the candle here becomes a buy candle, then it will as well go all the way there in the coming days, and then that's when we will drop down. But if this becomes a sell candle, then we might as well continue with sells in the next few days. So that is it. That is something that we can work with. But if I was to go back to now the chart pattern, the chart pattern clearly shows you the pennant. This is sort of like a pennant, not a falling wedge, not anything. This is a pennant, you know, and this clearly shows you that price will eventually go for this kind of move. Now yesterday it tried, it did not reach it, but it may actually do it today. So in as much as we want to see sells, the buys still have the say according to this pattern. This is a lot of words. Let me just delete it for now. Let me delete it for now to remove the time zones. So that is what is happening. That is what is happening. So whatever we are looking at, we are likely to see some sells. And according to daily, according to M15, price is above my 10 MA, and this was supposed to be the change of character here. It's not yet confirmed yet, but it is likely to confirm it. That's why I said in this London session we are likely to see buys, and these buys can even continue depending on the momentum even in the New York session. But as I speak, and I even told you that the AMD doesn't happen every day. It can happen, but it doesn't happen every day. Yeah, so sometimes it can accumulate in the Asian, and in the London it can give you a manipulation move or a move that goes up, and you may think it's gonna sell when it is actually not going to follow the AMD, and when it is actually going to follow the structure and continue with the trend. So for now, it's a no-go for me. I'm not going to trade this since it is still consolidating, as you can clearly see right here. This is a break of structure on M15. If I zoom out, yes, I need buys. Seriously, I need buys. This is a strong low right here. So whatever is happening, we are going to see buys. But these buys are going to be like this. Let me show it to you now. We are likely going to see something like this, then pull back here, and then we come in later with a perfect move to take us where we need it to be, right there, to grab liquidity. And then Monday we get ready for sales. Next week we are likely to see some big sales moves if it grabs liquidity all the way up there, just like we are planning. Alright, something like that. That's what I'll be anticipating today. I'll be anticipating something like that. But this has to be broken first for me to see this. There's a lot of liquidity that was left on this gap here. It cannot leave it like that. That is the liquidity, the fair value gap there. So it has to come for it and then drop down in the New York session, or before the London session even closes. Then we buy later in the New York session. Today is a Friday. I haven't seen any news yet. Let me actually check now. Let me check Forex Factory, see if we have some news that are high impact news for today. Let's see if we have some news. Today in the London session, which is 4. Oh yeah, this guy is going to speak. Yeah, it's not something Williams speaks. Williams is going to speak. The FOMIC member is going to speak. The one that we are seeing is for CAD. Canadian dollar in the New York session. We're going to see the Canadian dollar retail sales report being released. So yeah, there are no big news today. And then the Canadian dollar retail sales, also the report will be released. That's it, nothing much today. What we are seeing in the current London session, we are going to act with, they've released a high impact one, which is retail sales, which is in negative, which means the pound is going to drop. So GBP, the Great Britain pound, is going to drop. Those who trade the GBP USD, I think we are selling as we speak. Even those who trade Euro USD, we are selling, I believe so. I don't trade those, so apologies to that. Maybe I share the screen for you guys to see that. I don't normally do that. Let me share the what? Let me share these news with you guys. Let me share these news with you so that you see what you're into if you want to look at it. So clearly that is what we are seeing. Yeah, for the news, let me expand it a bit so that you will be able to see it properly. All right, there. Let's have the date also. So what we are seeing is we are in the London session. This is the London session right here that we are in, and these are the news that are just been released. You can see they are all negative, meaning the USD, the GBP USD is now dropping because these are negative. There's some other ones that are coming. These are not high impact, these are high impact, this one, and yeah, this retail sales is a high impact. So GBP USD should be dropping as we speak. What we will be waiting for our gold is the FOMIC, which will come around 4:30. The FOMIC member will be speaking, Williams will be speaking. That's what we'll be waiting for. Then after that, this is medium impact. The existing home sales will be coming at 6 p.m. and then the consumer sentiment. These are low impact, but they can actually give us some mileage if we are looking at what to do. And these are likely to push price all the way above, just like I've shown you here. They are likely to push price all the way here, all the way up there. They're likely to push price. These news that are coming today, they're likely to push price there, and then we will be dropping probably Monday or even before the day closes. Push there and then drop down for sales, because we need sales according to daily time frame, just like I showed you there. That is a strong, it's a weak high, but we have a change of character there, so we should be looking for sales after that. If we break it, then it means gold still strong, and then it will continue like that. But for now, I'm anticipating sales from there to grab liquidity there and then start to sell later. That is the anticipation for the gold. I've talked a lot on gold. I think you've gotten the idea what we'll be looking for. Let me wish you let's now try to do what? Let's try now to wrap it up, and we call it a day. All right, so we started with crash. So we started with crash. We wanted price to come around here, which may not happen, and then we get a buy. So I normally do this. If it comes to 50, that can be my first entry there. So here we can actually have our entry, though I'm still skeptical, so I may not enter it right now. So no business, please don't rush into it. No business here. Just leave it for now. Maybe if it goes above our 10 MA, but for now, no business. Boom 1000. What are we looking for? We want price to break this level so that we can enter sales. If it doesn't, we are not ready for the sales, and we are not yet ready for the buys still, because we need sales in the long run. So no business. We need price to break this, then we can be able to sell. That is boom 1000. Boom 500. All right, price has reacted there, so I believe we're going to see sales down below here. That's what we wanted according to the analysis. This is going to be a scalping move. Is it ready for us? Sort of. I think it is ready. I think it is sort of ready. Let's wait for this first M15 candle on this current hour. We'll see what will happen. Yeah, let's wait for the first 15 minute candle to close, and then we'll see what will happen. VIS 25S, volatility 25S. Volatility 25S, we need it there, then we can sell according to M15. So it's not yet ready. We are not in business to do anything here, but wait. This one, we need it like this, and then we continue with some buys. So until then, no business here. This is V75. This is V75. Jump 50. Okay, a pullback happened. After this change of character, pullback happened. Yeah, pullback happened, but still this is a level of confluence, so it's still something major. So I cannot do anything here still. Whether it does a pullback here for me to enter, it's gonna be hard for me to just enter before this is broken. So no business here yet. J25. Yeah, okay, so we need it to break. We can enter, but this is a resistance level, so it's likely to reach there and then drop down. So according to M15, what we needed was a change of character, but now we have a break of structure, and it has reached the level that we wanted already on H4. So right now, no business. It's still strange for us to do anything about it. We can as well wait. If it breaks out, then we can enter. If it makes a significant reversal signal on M15, then we can get in with a downtrend move to come all the way back here. Yeah, J10, I think we are now ready. Yeah, I think it is ready for us to make the buy move. I think so. For the rest of you guys, I think so. Where has it reacted back to according to Fib? I think we are ready for it. Almost 61.8. This should be ready for us to engage the buys. Or you can as well wait for the first M15 candle here to close. Yeah, it's better to wait. This candle here to close. This candle, then you can decide to make your buy entries right to reach there, or to leave it and wait for the sales, because sales will come here if price fails to break it, and we've already anticipated that it's not going to break it according to that rejection that we saw there. So we are likely to see the buys continue, the sales come in after price reaching there. Lastly is gold. We are anticipating buys in this current, sales, buys. We are going to anticipate buys in this London session and New York to all reach probably all the way there. So for now, it's still consolidating. It just give it some time. This H4 candle, after closing it, it may give us some buys, but for now don't do anything as far as gold is concerned. Just leave it, all right. I think that's it. We've only entered the J10, which was a bit early for that kind of a buy. Which other asset have we entered today? None. We are waiting for this. It's gonna be some good entry if it fails to break here for this kind of pullback move. Yeah, no other entry we've made today, so we can as well wait on J10 and see if it will give us some mileage as far as profits are concerned. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you Monday, but I'll be back here at 10 minutes past 1 to do a BTC analysis. So those who are enthusiasts of BTC, I'll be back here for you guys. Otherwise, see you on Monday for the synthetic analysis and gold. Bye bye for now.